let's actually get to the World Cup itself. It was, by American standards, one goal. Like, was it the 478th minute it was scored? The 567th minute was the Stand, the actual 8-hour Stand movie. Yeah, shorter than the game.
I mean, it was really, really long. They had it on at work, and I did watch some, but I'm just not passionate about it. I just didn't really follow it. It just seems like a lot of nothing, really.
I understand what makes football action-packed. And it's the way it can build, like a play, a drive. Can take so long to build as they progress down the field. Yeah. And then one effing thing goes wrong. Yeah. And it all falls to hell. It's almost like watching competitive card house building.
Yeah, I guess.
Like they get this close to making their card house and then it just all...
Yeah.
And that's how I feel watching football. There's like 15 dead-on passes.
Yeah.
And then they're like this close to the goal. And then there's a stop. Yeah. And then it just gets punted halfway across the field. And you're like, son of a bitch. That was all for nothing.
Yeah.
But maybe as Americans, we measure everything athletically as action-packed when scoring takes place.
But that's not true because basketball, when you go and you see, and
they score every half second in basketball.
Yeah, and I mean, then it's...
The score is 6,000 to 5,998.
Exactly.
And that all takes place in the last quarter, by the way.
And I can get bored of that too. You're like, whoa. That's like they say, there's no such thing as beauty if there wasn't ugly. If everyone just keeps scoring, then you don't feel like anyone's really winning. And it just feels like with soccer, everyone's losing because it's 0-0 the whole darn time,
Yeah.
It's just like, wow.
You have to start to measure action in just the fact that the ball is zipping around the whole time. That's really it.
I guess, and people are sweating, they're out of breath, people are getting kicked, there's flags being thrown, you know what I'm saying? But it's just so boring to me. I just cannot
I can kind of get down with it for a time.
Yeah.
It's more, I'm not one of those dudes that watches a ton of sports. I'm an American football fan.
Yeah.
And I feel gross as hell that during the season, I just lose every Sunday.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I have 6 days a week.
Yeah.
For something like 20 weeks.
Yeah.
And I find it gross.
Yeah.
Because you've got the Redskins game typically at 1 p.m.
Yeah.
I'm always going to watch the Skins unless they're out of it. So secretly, deep down in some part of me, I'm like happy when they suck. Because then I'm like, I can tap out at halftime. Nothing's really going to happen here. Then at 4, you have a good national game. Then Sunday night, you have to watch that.
Yeah.
And it's gross.
Yeah.
Then there's a Monday night game.
Yeah.
Then they're trying to get your Thursday night games. It's during football season. It's consuming. Yeah. So during the rest of the year, I just can't buy into like, oh, I'm going to sit down and watch this like 2-hour game just for the hell of it.
Yeah. But your dad wasn't a sports guy, was he?
My dad grew up during World War II, without exaggeration, during German occupation, which, by the way, is why I have mixed feelings about Germany winning this whole thing. But
kicking a biscuit.
Yeah, he was the extent of his sports crap. He would help with us when we were kids, and he liked when we played soccer. But he would, hold on, I have to take a call.
Yeah.
All right, back to my pops.
Okay.
The extent of his sports chatter with me. He would help when I was like a little t-ball brat.
Right.
He would help with that. And when we played soccer and like real football would come on, he'd be like, that isn't football. What the rest of the world calls football is soccer. Mm-hmm. Why? I don't get it. You crazy Americans.
Right.
And then he'd go back to eating his fish head soup and whatever horrible delicious Greek dishes he lived on. Arenga. I remember that by name. Just a stinky, salty fish. And it was like silver in the pot.
Gross.
Yeah, it looked like he was eating actual fish skin. Like Smeagol.
Ugh, gross.
Like just a troll under a bridge shoving a fish in his mouth. That's what my dad would eat.
Ugh.
The bones still on the fish. He would just pick around the bones.
Gross.
How do you do that?
No, I can't.
I don't.
I guess we're not hungry enough.
No,
we're
surrounded
really by McDonald's and everything else.
I guess when you grow up and the
food.
Nazis are sitting on your food supply, a nice fish eyeball sucked out of the socket is like a gobstopper.
It's manna.
You're like,
manna
are you done with your fish heads?
Yeah.
You didn't eat every conceivable bit of them. Can I swallow the teeth off of that delicious fish head?
Yeah.
Are you going to pass on that vertebrae? Can I have that as well as the tail?
If you marinate it right. With some old boots and everything.
What is marinade? We do not have such fanciness during occupation time. So, as much as I didn't...
You just put it in when you're cleaning your shoelaces, your bootlaces to go work somewhere.
I guess I was cool with the Krauts beating the... I wanted to say they beat the Armenians. They beat the Argentinians. I always feel weird rooting for the Germans as a country.
Okay.
Because of the World War II connection.
Yeah, we know.
And it's not even an abstract thing for me. Like I said, I'm directly shaped by that. My pops grew up I think he said they used to use the little kids to steal guns from the camps because they wouldn't shoot the little kids on sight.
Yeah.
But if an adult was stealing German mines, this might shock you. The Nazis would see them and then kill them.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the Krauts won on a late kick by what the hell? It's Mario Götze. I don't know how to pronounce that. G-O with the Motorhead dots, the umlauts. T-Z-E. Götze, I believe is how you say it. If I can go back to my German class.
Okay.
Back at UVA. The only class I've ever had a teacher openly hate me in front of the rest of the students. Yeah.
Why?
I don't know why. I was actually a pretty nice kid. This wasn't when I was a sassy little bastard.
Right.
When I was younger. But I'll never get over this. Apparently, there was a final prep session that I skipped.
Oh.
Because I had masturbating to catch up on.
I gotcha.
And the teacher was taking roll and saw that I wasn't there and just conveyed openly to the rest of the class, says this aloud. He's like, man, I really hope John fails this test. Speaking of the final. I'm like, who the hell says that?
No.
I wish I remembered the guy's name so I could mother F him on the show now that I have any sort of social media presence, but I don't. He was, I think he married an Asian broad.
Okay.
And had a little half Asian kid, and he spoke German like a movie villain, even though he was one of ours. But yeah, Mario Götze gets the one goal right before stoppage time.
Yeah,
that's the other thing I really, really hate about competitive soccer.
But we didn't want it to go to a shootout because then
no one likes that.
No.
Why don't you decide the game by rock, paper, scissors and just have everyone coin flip?
Yeah.
It'd be like heads, tails, dang. And that goes on 5 times. I mean, I guess it's dramatic, but you know what would be equally dramatic is the 2 captains coming out and then reenacting Walken's last scene from The Deer Hunter.
Yeah.
That would be great. Just a guy with an eye patch hang, dang. And then you just put the gun to your head with the bandana and then, the brain starts spurting. Spoiler alert. If you haven't seen that 59-year-old movie.
Yeah.
Now the ending has been given away to you.
I gotcha. I haven't seen it for a long time.
I was, not that I wasn't rooting for either team.
I wasn't rooting for no one. I mean,
I wasn't rooting for no one.
I wasn't rooting for anybody. No place, no how.
So again, seeing the goal, I was happy it didn't come down to PKs.
Yeah.
And then the best part about this Mario Götze character getting out there, I learned that if you Google Mario Götze, that's his name, excited, just those 3 words, you'll find a picture of him with his girlfriend, I guess from 2012. He's a soccer player, so there's no way that's still his girlfriend. I mean, she's a 10. Her body is stupid.
Yeah.
And that's toilet paper to him.
Okay.
That was his 3 o'clock slop. He was like, that's just some bitch I picked up on the beach. You want it? I'll toss it over. And there's a picture of him in, I'll look it up for you.
Okay.
In swim trunk. Well, it looks actually more like underwear. Mm-hmm. And he has just the most obvious baguette hard-on.
That's nice.
In this underwear. It's amazing. And I'm all man. But it's just so funny to see this guy and he's just smiling with this big old dick just hanging.
Are you sure it's not photoshopped?
No. It is quite a real photo. So let me punch that up for you for 1 second.
Okay.
And also, you tell me if this is a big dong or not. Because
well, maybe he's a little person.
Well, no, it's I think as big as it can look, it's you have to give extra credit because he's in these shorts. They're almost like a chastity belt. You know what I mean? These little, you would call them water panties if you really wanted to get descriptive about them. Okay, here's the photo.
Okay.
This is the main one of him in these little black.
Holy smokes. Oh my gosh. Why did they do that? I mean, we know why they did it, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's like $1 million shot if you're a paparazzo over there.
I mean, that's... Oh, my
He's
goodness.
packing, though, right?
I mean, that's tenting. You know what I mean? It's tenting forward. It's not just a boner.
That's like a tent city, though. That's like when the Cubans like Scarface came over. They could have all lived under that tent. Here's another of him smiling, and they're both just having a gay old time on the beach. And again, he's just got his dong prodding out of his pants.
He could lose a leg and it would be just fine. You know what I mean?
He would have gone down an inch or two. And I don't want to sound like that's the biggest damn thing I've ever seen, but you got to respect a dude for just...
because it's very tenting forward. It's not just a boner that's just laying to the side.
It looks like girthy.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't look like just E.T.'s finger poking out of there either. And I can't help but look at this and want to figure out what exactly is Mario Götze packing dong-wise. I find it fascinating. Like, you look at a soccer player and you're like, I guess they're going to be packing because they're fit and they run around a ton. And I know the whole thing in the NBA is like it's a bunch of black dudes with like dongs down to their knees. But I'm like, how much is being black and how much is just being in like the cardiovascular shape of a goddamn Kentucky thoroughbred? Yeah. And I'm guessing from Mr. Götze that running around a lot and having like 4% body fat. Look, he's rotting in these shorts too. Is this guy ever not aroused? Are his nieces and nephews allowed to sit on his lap?
I mean, it's just... Holy smokes, that's too funny.
I mean, if I had a schlong like that, I'd want to be just aroused nonstop too.
Oh, goodness.
I would skip the middleman, though. I wouldn't have the pants.
Just provide
just put like
shade.
A Santa hat on it.
Shade for everybody at the beach or the pool. Oh, gosh.
Yeah, so that was fun. And then Rihanna, apparently, I don't know why, but was huge with the German team and was like cheering for them online. And she was down there. I guess she's from, I forget, one of those crappy nations. Like, you know, you could have bought Rihanna for like $18 in a soda when she was 5.
Yeah, like Honduras or something. I don't know.
She's not Barbados.
Maybe.
Barbadian.
I don't
know what that makes you from when you're from Barbados. Are you a Barbadian? Barbadan? I don't know. Barbadosian?
Okay.
Yeah, I could keep going. Thank you for killing that, though.
You're welcome.
Thank you for mercy killing that little 5-second digression. She was tweeting, I suppose, during the game about being all for Germany and that crap. And then, like, later in the night, she starts tweeting these photos of her actually partying with the German team, and holding the cup and all that. I love that. I love when, like, a really hot black chick goes with and is down with the vanilla. I do. I can't help it.
You're a fan of the swirl.
Not even so much the swirl. There's just something about, like, a black chick where... with a black dude, it's like they're like any other dude, really. You know they'd bang anything that's attractive that they can.
Okay.
Well, the same way with a white guy. It's like, oh, I wonder if he'd really like to screw this hyper hot Asian girl.
Yeah.
Or this really pretty Latin chick. It's like, yeah, no, he would. And especially black dudes. I think black dudes are just down with whatever.
Well, because they're soul brothers. That's what you call
them. Yeah, exactly. They're spreading the soul across all the colors of the rainbow. But I think there's a thing with black chicks where there's a perception to some degree that they're like, they kind of just stick with black dudes. So I always like when a black chick's like, yeah, whatever, toss me some sweet vanilla dong.
Gross.
Makes me happy. Why is that gross?
You're gross. When it comes out of your mouth, it's disgusting.
You didn't like my black chick impression? That sounded just like me. That was it.
No, I did not.
Do I have to black it up for you?
And then they had Katy Perry on there, and she was like, guess I'm going to Germany. Like, what does that even mean? You're going to go there? You want to party with them? You're happy for them? Is she German? I don't
Did she say that? Was that her witty banter? Guess I'm going to Germany?
That's what it said. I guess she posted on Twitter. I mean, this is coming secondhand from a news show, so who knows? Maybe.
I wish the Monsters won Space Jam so we could have shot her ass to the moon. Katy Perry is such a dullard. I swear to Christ. Anyone who thinks otherwise about Katy Perry, that she is not just a really cunning, but stupid person. And you're like, how does that work? How is one both cunning and retarded?
Yeah.
And
how does that work?
It works because in the heat of the moment, she is the worst improviser, I think, ever. Like, she's like a toy poodle.
Yeah.
Or like any other animal you train for the circus. They're really focused.
Yeah.
And if you give her are you goddamn kidding me? Who the... Woman, we're recording, so don't be loud, please. Like, if you give it enough time, it can learn anything.
Right.
But if I just say, hey, poodle, here's a stick.
Yeah.
I want you to do a backflip off of the stick and then balance a plate on your nose.
Right.
The poodle's just going to look at you like, where's treat?
Yeah.
I want treat.
That's right.
But it will do anything with time. That's how I feel about Katy Perry.
Yeah.
When it's like, hey, Katy Perry, be funny on the spot. I've seen you do those wacky YouTube videos of yours. Be funny on the spot. And you pass it to her, and she's just like,
cricket.
I saw Germany win. And that's the extent of her wittiness.
Remember when I had whipped cream on my chi-chi?
Yeah, exactly. And we all want to make allowances for her because who wouldn't want to just...
Right. Put whipped cream on her chi-chis.
Oh, the things I do to her. And by things, I mean I would climb on top of her and ejaculate in 45 seconds and leave her thoroughly unsatisfied.
That sounds...
I would do that thing well.
Making your own whipped cream. Nasty.
I didn't realize she said that. Was that during the post game? I completely missed it.
I guess after they won, they were doing celebrity tweets, and they showed Rihanna.
Oh, that wasn't her live?
Huh? Oh, it was just she from her Twitter account.
Wait. I was willing to slightly excuse it because I thought Dummy was just sitting in the stands.
No.
They're like, hey, Katy Perry, talk about this for 5 seconds. You can do that, you vapid whore, right? And she just went, nope. I cannot. You gambled incorrectly, sir.
She's a female Grover.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
She sounds like a Muppet. Oh, my.
That was her tweet.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Guess I'm going to Germany.
Something to that effect. Guess I'm moving to Germany. Guess I'm going to Germany.
What?
Or I'm on my way to Germany.
Why? To riot? I mean, that's the only thing I can think. Like, if the Pistons win the championship and it's like, guess I'm going to Detroit, that's because you want to legally shoot a man and then steal a TV.
Yeah, okay.
Because after the Pistons win, Detroit
Maybe she just
is just
wants
Mad
to build
Max.
some really cool cars. Some good ones.
Hey, what a dunce-a-roo. Guess I'm going to Germany.
I mean, you can Google it. I mean, it's something to that effect. Or the listeners
What, just to
can
party it up?
I don't know.
Because she's all about partying. Nothing controversial out of this gal.
And they showed a couple, I guess Rihanna had put some tweets out with her in the photos, and two of the soccer players, one on each cheek, were giving her a smoocheroni.
I hope they tripoded her later in the night. I hope they took the trophy and saw how far they could get it in her.
Oh, that sounds
But playfully.
Good. You're right.
Not in a salty way.
Right.
Like she's fully on board.
With
like,
good
come on, guys.
sportsmanship.
Yeah. I hope there's an untweeted photo of that. Just like that little, you know how the top of the trophy looked like Picard putting his hand on his bald skull?
Yeah.
I just hope there's that peering out of her. Like she's fully dilated.
And someone
that's
wearing
coming
it as
out.
a hat.
Yeah. And exactly 5 seconds later, the entire German team licking the trophy.
Gross. I don't feel good.
I hope that she turned their after party into the 1979 New Year's party from Boogie Nights.
Ugh. I don't feel good. This is not good.
Minus Little Bill shooting everyone. Minus William H. Macy shooting Nina Hartley and then himself.
Cool.
Right before the ball drops.
Yeah.
That would have been too far.
I gotcha.